Welcome to Quran Timeline. Today, we uncover one of the Quran's most astonishing prophecies, a story of fallen empires, unwavering faith, and a promise from Allah fulfilled against all odds. Step back to the early 7th century, a world dominated by two colossal powers, the Persian Sasanian Empire and the Eastern Roman or Byzantine Empire. For centuries, these superpowers clashed, their wars shaping nations and cultures. In 613, the Persians, led by Khosrow II, launched a devastating campaign. Syria and Palestine fell, and in 614, Jerusalem was conquered. The Persians destroyed churches and seized the true cross, shattering Roman morale. The Roman Empire was brought to its knees, its provinces lost, its people in despair. To the world, Rome's collapse seemed final, its defeat absolute. No one imagined a comeback. The Persians appeared invincible. The fate of empires seemed sealed, and history watched as one great power devoured another. Yet, in the midst of this turmoil, a greater story was unfolding, one that would defy all expectations. The Quran would soon reveal a prophecy that would challenge the very course of history. This was not just about empires, but about faith, destiny, and the unseen hand of Allah. The world was about to witness a miracle, not on the battlefield, but in the words of Revelation. What seemed like the end was only the beginning of a divine lesson. The stage was set for a sign that would echo through the ages. And it all began in the heart of Arabia, far from the thrones of kings. While empires clashed, a different struggle unfolded in Makkah. Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, called people to worship one God and abandon idols. His followers, though few and oppressed, held firm to their faith. The Quraysh, threatened by this message, unleashed persecution, boycotts, torture, and isolation. News of the Roman defeat reached Makkah, and the Quraysh mocked the Muslims. "Your people of the book have been crushed, just as we will crush you." For the Muslims, this was a time of immense trial and sorrow. Surrounded by hostility, their faith was tested daily. The defeat of the Romans seemed a bad omen, fueling the doubts of their enemies. Yet, in this darkness, the believers clung to hope, seeking strength from the prophet. It was at this lowest point that a miracle was about to be revealed. The stage was set for a sign that would change everything. In their darkest hour, the angel Jibril brought a revelation, Surah Ar-Rum. The Quran declared, "The Romans have been defeated in the nearest land, but after their defeat, they will be victorious within 3 to 9 years. On that day, the believers will rejoice." This prophecy defied all logic. Rome was shattered, victory seemed impossible. Yet the Muslims' hope was rekindled. This was Allah's promise. The Quraysh mocked, but Abu Bakr stood firm, even wagering camels on the prophecy's truth. The believers found new strength, holding on to the certainty of divine revelation. The prophecy was clear, specific, and bold, a direct challenge to the doubters. The stage was set. Would the impossible come true? The fate of empires and the faith of a small community now hung on the words of the Quran. The world watched, unaware that history was about to be rewritten. Years passed. The Persians remained dominant, the Romans broken, but Emperor Heraclius refused defeat. He rebuilt his army, inspired his people, and launched a daring counterattack. In 622, he struck deep into Persian territory, winning battle after battle. The climax came in 627 at Nineveh. Rome's stunning victory shattered the Persian army. Khosrow II was overthrown, and the Persian Empire plunged into chaos. The impossible had happened. The Romans triumphed within the exact time frame the Quran foretold. News of the victory reached Arabia. The Muslims rejoiced. Abu Bakr's wager was won and given to charity. The Quraysh were silenced, witnessing a prophecy fulfilled before their eyes. The believers' faith soared. This was undeniable proof of divine revelation. The words recited in Makkah had come true on the world stage. The miracle was complete, and the lesson was clear. Allah's promise is always true. History itself had bowed to the will of the Almighty. The miracle didn't end there. In the same year as Rome's victory, the Muslims won the Battle of Badr, a double joy as foretold in the Quran. 2 victories, one global, one local, both signs of Allah's power. The prophecy of Surah Ar-Rum stands as one of the clearest miracles of the Quran, specific, bold, and fulfilled. It silenced doubters and strengthened believers, proving the Quran's divine origin. Allah alone controls the rise and fall of nations and the fate of every soul. When hope seems lost, remember Allah's promise is true and His plan is perfect. The Quran is a living miracle, full of signs and lessons for all who reflect. Let this story inspire faith, hope, and trust in the wisdom of the Almighty.